Welcome to RPG Ranked, the channel where all your favorite RPGs are ranked.
What is up, RPG nerds? Welcome back to the tier list. In this video, we will be ranking all the Super Paper Mario bosses. This time we finally got Seth back in another video, and we will be ranking all the bosses. If you enjoy RPG videos, especially Paper Mario videos or Super Paper Mario videos, please like, subscribe, and check out the channel for more videos. And just one disclaimer, there will be multiple boss fights for, like, let's say Chunk's boss fights 1 through 4. I'll just move him around after I've already placed him to determine each fight. Alright.
Oh, my face. That actually hurt so bad.
You're just pretending to be like...
I was having a
bored.
staring contest with myself.
Oh.
It hurt my face.
Impressive. Alright. So we're going to start with Chunks. And Chunks is going to be... His first fight is going to be in C tier. So what do we have to say about Chunks?
He's not bad. He's not good.
He's
You
just...
jump on his head like twice. You chuck him around. It's funny.
Yeah, you chuck him around, it's funny, you beat him up, and afterwards he, like, skyrockets into the air, and it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, literally jump on his head.
You just
Like
throw him
a
around and you
Mario-
jump on his head.
Regular Mario game.
Yeah, just like a regular Mario boss. There's not anything exciting. Just like the end of the chapter boss is like one of the Bowser's little minion guys, like Ludwig
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
You just like jump on him 5 times. And it's not,
Exactly.
yeah, nothing too challenging. But he's not the worst. There's still worse bosses, but yeah. Alright, Fracktail. I think you should rant about Fracktail.
Fracktail goes in S tier. First of all, that music. Second of all, his dialogue is so funny to me because I'm a computer nerd.
That's good. It's good stuff.
I mean, it's kind of cringe, but at the same time,
I
it's
mean,
really funny.
even I get it, and I'm not that.
I don't even know what Windows 10 is.
I do know what Windows 10 is. What do you mean? I literally
So
have
you
it.
didn't know if you were on Windows 10 or not.
I know what it is. I didn't know if I was on it or if I was on Windows 11. I don't know. How would I know?
So,
Big.
yeah, but you literally flip into 3D, jump on top of a giant dragon in the middle of the desert, and you jump on his antenna, and you whack little minions, and then you jump off, and you literally fly in the air, and then it's just like... epic.
And he's a robot dragon. Let's just remember that part too. He's a robot dragon. And some people literally don't even know how to beat this boss. I literally was on like game FAQs or something, and someone was like, how do you fight Fracktail? He's just like flying into me and killing me. I'm like, wow.
Just press the A button. Come on, son.
I know, it's funny that the amount of people that did not know how to kill this boss, kind of hilarious. But yeah, this is the one boss that really utilizes the 3D element of this game, and it is absolutely fantastic. It's so cool, like he said, jumping on a giant dragon and beating it up, like way better than any of those stupid Marios. Yeah, Fracktail, it's sad because he's like controlled, right? And he's kind of awesome, but yeah, at least he's a robot and not an actual dragon. But yeah, I would say there's no like. None of the normal Mario fights are anywhere near as cool as jumping on a robotic dragon and beating it up, but also it having like hilarious dialogue. I can't think
New
of
Super Mario Bros. Wii Final Dungeon.
the final dungeon. Yeah, that final Bowser
level.
fight in that level was fun.
Dude,
but like,
we were all jumping up and down, screaming, and like going into the bubbles, and like
oh my gosh, we
I,
were
like,
so bad.
parkour pro'd through there as like small Toad, while you and Dad were both dead. And I was just I was jumping up and down, shaking the remote, screaming my face off.
That was crazy. We
so
all had
fun.
turns where we were the only one alive, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on to Mimi. So the first fight of Mimi is going to be an A tier. What do we have to say about Mimi?
That music, man.
Yeah. Always that music.
Always the music.
It's always the music. What I love about the first Mimi fight is that she's chasing you throughout the whole chapter, which just adds so much more to the fight. It's kind of like, Yeah, chasing you around. I was just playing Live Alive recently, and the Near Future chapter had something like this, and I was like, dude, it's like Mimi in Super Paper Mario. And it was really fun. It chases you all around the mansion, and then you get an epic trivia game afterwards. It is
we're getting the Mimi battle
so
music
cool.
on our playlist right now. Perfect.
Oh, perfect. Nice. Well, the music. Yeah, we're playing the music in the background on his speakers, if you could not tell. Hopefully it picks it up. Hopefully it is. I'm not sure. It might not be, but we'll see. Yeah, Mimi is a good fight. A lot of it's just the surrounding stuff, that she's chasing you, the trivia, the weird fly in the bathroom, like all this interesting, funny humor.
The actual fight is fun because you gotta knock off all the legs, you like throw the thingies at it. It's actually kind of, I think I died.
And yeah, I mean, using Peach can kind of cheese it, but like,
I just use Mario because I'm just a gamer.
But honestly, yeah, this just, looking back at these fights just makes me remember how much we need more Super Paper Mario type games and less new Super Mario Bros. Garbage. I mean,
New Super Mario Bros.
New Super Mario Bros. Wii was good, but the Wii U one is just, not very good. Alright, let's move on from Mimi to the first Bowser fight. What do we think about the first Bowser fight?
It's good.
I put it in A tier. Where would you put it? I don't think you put it in A tier.
B.
Yeah, I think, let's do B. The fun part, no, I'm gonna put it in A, because, well, the surrounding part.
I died to this guy like twice.
He's probably the most difficult boss in the entire game. The first Bowser fight. Honestly, I'm not joking here. Who do you think the most difficult boss is? If not the most difficult, one of the most difficult. But by the time you have Count Bleck, you can do like Thudley and Bowser and a bone and cut, and then you do like 80 damage in one jump. Yeah. The final boss is
Shadoo was pretty hard.
Shadoo is pretty hard, but what? I don't care. I played this game when I was like 9, okay? Shut up.
If you're gonna play Super Paper Mario, play it on Dolphin with an Xbox controller.
Alright, we don't need to get controversial here.
But it's nice.
Yeah, how did you do the tippy part?
I hooked it up to the joystick. It was really janky, but it took me like 5 minutes every time. But it worked.
You know what? I don't like this idea. Anyway, Bowser, I like his surrounding. Yeah, it's one of the harder boss fights in the game, which is kind of weird. Yeah, it's pretty tactical, and the whole part before is fun, where you have to like blow up the fortress, and the dialogue after the fight is hilarious. It actually made so much sense. I was like, the first time I heard that you could like play as Bowser, I was like, how's that gonna happen? Like, that's awesome, but how's that gonna happen? And then the game pulls such like a smart idea. If the world ends, how's Bowser gonna keep beating up Mario and stealing the princess? It's hilarious, and it makes a lot of sense. So they team up, and it's awesome. Yeah, it's a good fight. It's more of it's challenging, and the surrounding parts of the fight that make it really fun. Alright. Next we have Big Blooper.
This guy's pretty gamer. He's not that good.
Pretty fun.
Might have died to this one.
Okay, no, you can't make fun of me for not beating Shadoo when you died.
No, I was on 2 HP. I didn't die. Or either that, or I fell in a pit and died.
Okay, so I think that Chunks has a novelty, like being the first boss, and that makes it pretty fun. The Big Blooper is kind of fun. It's beating up like the different color tentacles. But honestly, let's be real, it's just breathing fire on different colored tentacles.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool.
It's like a whack-a-mole game. But...
yeah, it's like the one underwater boss. Evil. Yeah, like, that's a fair way to put it. It's nothing too special, so yeah. Alright, let's move on to the first Dimentio fight. Nope. There we go. First Dimentio fight is fun. You get to go in like this alternate green dimension.
Is It's either Dimension D. I think it's Dimension D.
That sounds right. Yeah, because D for Dimentio. Like it's cool. It's green. You're fighting the. By the way, there's going to be spoilers on this list if you couldn't tell. So click off if you don't want spoilers. I'm sure that you expected this. But anyway, spoiler warning right here. But yes, he's like the final boss of the game, and this is the first time you really fight him. And he's more of a villain than Count Bleck even, because at least Count Bleck, like, it's one of those like sympathetic villains. Dementio's just an idiot. Yeah, it's fun. It introduces like the twist villain. It's a fun fight, but it's not anything too crazy, but it is cool.
Yeah.
Well, let's move on to Francis.
I think I actually didn't die to him.
All right.
I did die like 6 times in that dungeon, though.
Okay, we're gonna move on to Francis. Francis is hilarious. The scenes about like the dating sim or whatever before is the main highlight. But fighting a chameleon as a boss is pretty cool.
Disappears.
He disappears.
You gotta, like, sneak behind him.
He's a perverted nerd. It's kind of funny.
Sounds like me.
Perverted? No, we're not.
Perverted.
A perverted nerd lizard chameleon guy. It's kind of interesting. I don't think it's as compelling as like the whole like being chased by Mimi and stuff, but it's pretty close. It's pretty fun. Yeah. You sure you want to put King Croacus? Anyway, yeah. So Francis is a fun fight, and yeah, fun things surrounding it. His castle's pretty cool. So yeah,
his castle's so annoying to me. Sometimes.
It's annoying, but
it's cool.
It is
like
cool.
They have like the Paper Mario like markers on the wall.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to Mr. L.
Mr. L from Mr. Loser Face.
I don't think I should put him above the OGO Chunks. Yeah, I'm gonna put him. He's basically like honestly, he's kind of just the worst version of Shadoo even.
I mean, he's literally just a regular enemy, but he can drink a shroom shape.
Yeah, basically, and he's a bit more agile. He's nothing crazy. Should we put him below Mr. Cute Little Blooper guy here?
I don't care.
Let's put him below Mr. Blooper guy. I mean, he's interesting, and this is the first time you get to see Mr. L. No, there's probably a cutscene before, but yeah, we get a lot more of him in the game, and this is not really his shining moment. The boss fight right after is awesome, but this fight is not anything too special, to be honest.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. He's like 60 HP or something, just jump on him like 4 times.
Yeah. I'll move this one down, if that's okay. And then Brobot, I'm gonna put at the top of A tier. It is a fun...
You gosh dang shoot.
Yeah, it is a shooter game all of a sudden. You're shooting missiles, there's like 4 different power-ups. All of a sudden, not only is Super Paper Mario turning into a platformer and not really an RPG.
Died on this one. It's actually kind of tough, though.
Yeah, we get some fun bosses in this game that kind of break the conventions. Honestly, most of these fights are all really fun. Like, I don't even think the D tier fights are, it's all in comparison, right? It's all in comparison. Because these fights are still fun. They're kind of one note, but they're still fun. But yeah, Brobot, it turns into a shooter game all of a sudden. It's really cool. And we also get like the Overchomp that turns into a turn-based battle. But yeah, Brobot is really fun.
It's not the Overchomp, bro.
Oh my gosh. Right, the Underchop.
Overchomp.
I don't know. I'm sorry. Yeah, Brobot's really fun. I originally had him in S tier, but I think I just swapped 2 around. So, yeah. All right. Yeah. So this is a fun, but it's not like a traditional Super Paper Mario boss. It's a shooter, which is awesome. But I feel like I can't put that in S tier. Let's move on to King Croacus. Tell me why you like him better than Francis, because I would not agree, but I want to.
Because one, died there.
I did go on game FAQs and people all said King Croacus is the hardest boss in the game.
I just couldn't figure out how to kill him, and he's like kind of hard to kill, but like it's super awesome because you can like jump on the things, and then you pick him up, throw him at his face, and then you got to run around, his head flies at you.
That's true.
Run around, and then after you kill him, he's like, you realize why all the flower guys were attacking, because the crag guys were polluting all the water and stuff.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that part.
And it's cool, because like...
And that was kind of sad. After that, I felt kind of bad for killing all those flowers. Like,
especially grinding EXP.
When you grind EXP on them. Yeah, oh, I forgot about that. That's a good part of the story. And yeah, a lot of people say King Croacus is the hardest boss in the game. And it's interesting because there's like... There's a lot of methods on how to beat this guy. Like, a lot of people have like a obvious, definitive method of how to kill them. But
I just use Thoreu.
Yeah, King Croacus actually has some depth to it that so a lot of these other bosses don't have. As much as the other ones are fun, a lot of them have like a very obvious way to kill them, and King Croacus is not like that. So.
And by the way, I pronounce it Thoreu, which is actually the correct pronunciation. Thoreu, sound it out. You could also say Thoreu, but I think that's a little bit excess.
I do like that the platforming is also in this fight. You get to like jump on things, like you said, but like platforming. All right. Okay, Brobot L-Type. This guy is. Why did I put this guy so? Oh wait.
I put him in B tier.
Yeah, bottom of B tier, but yeah, still B tier.
I mean, he's not amazing, but. He's the one that like has a suck attack.
Yeah, he sucks up and you have to boomer him and
like that's cool.
Kind of like those guys in the OG Legend of Zelda that eat the bombs.
Yeah, or like the other guys in Super Paper.
Oh yeah, those guys.
But yeah.
They eat the bombs.
Everyone hates on Brobot L-Type so much, but like he's a good boss.
Yeah, he's not that bad. I think
it's not amazing.
I think the problem is that he's just not quite anywhere near as good as Brobot. I feel like if it would have been the other way around, where you fought Brobot, but it wouldn't make sense to fight the space dude in it. But it's also in the world of nothing, and I think that also elevates the boss a bit because that's such a cool part of the game, in my opinion. I think that's probably one of my favorite parts of the entire game. Other than the ending, the part where you go into the world of nothing probably was my favorite part of the game. Really cool. Alright, let's move on to the Overchomp. Just kidding. The Underchomp. And this guy.
I almost died to this.
This guy's fun. Oh my gosh. Y'all. We got a speed run. I forgot about the
I thought we were just gonna do those last.
chunks. And do you want to do those last? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we can do those last. Alright. Anyway. Underchomp, we are going to put in... Where's this? Above Brobot L-Type. You can do a lot of things in this boss.
But it's like... too short. You can't... Like, I try to like use all the different pixels.
But you already beat it.
But yeah.
I think it's fun just like to save and then just try this boss a couple times. Just see all the outcomes.
Yeah. Also that
it's fun.
Music.
Yeah, and it's the one turn-based battle. So you get a turn-based battle, you get a bunch of fun different outcomes, and it's not really a super fun like boss fight. It's not anything like super fun, but it's interesting. It has good music, yeah. It has a lot of cool different outcomes. I'm gonna put him above Dimentio 1. Dimentio 1. I don't really think that guy's as good. I think this one's just a fun fight. It's turn-based. You get to see a lot of different options and stuff, and it's really cool.
Yeah.
What is this? Is this over there?
Stair, dude.
Oh, is that because...
Underrated level. It just shuffled.
Oh, okay.
But...
Speaking of over there stair, let's talk... Unless you want... Did you want to say something about the Underchop?
Yeah. If you use Piccolo, it's so easy, right? Because that just puts him to sleep. That's one of the best uses of Piccolo in the game, honestly. Like, Piccolo's kind of stupid. Alright, let's move on to... Is that all you want to say? Yeah.
Okay. Let's move on to Bonechill. Where do you want to put Bonechill?
Yeah.
There?
Yeah.
Okay. Talk to me about Bonechill.
He's not as bad as everyone says he is. He's too easy, but like he shoots ice at you.
That's cool.
I almost died to him. I was on 2 HP, but because I kept trying to pick up the icicles and they stabbed me in the head.
Use Peach.
I hate using Peach. It makes the game too easy.
That's true, but yeah, use Peach to block, and then you just super jump with Luigi, and then you get to the point where you're hitting the roof and his head, and you just kill him in one fell swoop. And that's why it was kind of boring
That's
for me.
not what I did. I just used Mario and threw icicles at him for like 5 minutes, and then he died.
That's probably the more fun way to do it.
Yeah.
That probably makes the boss a lot more fun.
But it's just like cool. You're fighting him in like some pantheon or something, and he's breathing ice.
Come
all over
on,
your
he's
face.
better than these guys. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm just thinking, if you beat him the right way, he's probably. What about where should we?
Yeah, just put him on the beach.
Okay. I think if you fight him the right way, he's so much better. If you just cheese him, he's kind of boring. He definitely is the worst chapter boss, for sure. Like, no questions asked. But he's still a fun boss, and it isn't. The thing is he isn't really one of like the main villains or anything.
He just appears.
Yeah, he just appears out of nowhere. He's one of those type of bosses. But I do like the scenes that come after with the pure heart and stuff. That's all really cool. And I do like that level. Seth loves that level. No, wait. No, the one before.
Yeah, I liked Over
7-3.
There Stair, the one that everyone hates. But 7-4 is just kind of annoying to
Yeah.
me because it's a fetch quest and then another fetch quest.
Fetch quests suck. Wait, isn't that what... Oh, is 7-4 the apples?
No.
7-3 is also kind of fetch quest, though.
Yeah, kind of, but you still have to go up. Like, you're still progressing.
Yeah,
It's
and
like
apples.
back and
And the apples are fun. And the big cloud dude is... Oh my gosh, dude. Oh wait, what was it? What's his name?
forth. Cyrus.
Oh yeah. Luigi and Cyrus. Oh, what was it? Eco Adventures or something? No. Luigi and Cyrus going green. And it would be a game about Luigi and Cyrus saving the world from pollution or something. Yes, that's what it was. Anyway. Oh yeah, Bonechill. Yeah, let's move on. That was a tangent. Alright, now we're at...
No, it was a cosine.
Is it really... Yeah, you go from Bonechill to Count Bleck. I mean, with the boss fights that you've already fought before. And yeah, we're going to get to the subsequent boss fights after we get through the rest of them. But yeah. Count Bleck. What to say about Count Bleck? Oh, sorry. Yes,
It's Count Bleck. Like, I mean, come on. It's gotta be epic. And that music!
Yeah. Count Bleck, awesome fight. He's the main villain. He isn't the final boss. Because apparently no game can just have the main villain be the final boss anymore. Like, literally no game.
Not Blue Dragon.
What's the most recent game?
Lost Odyssey?
Lost Odyssey, that's true. That's also from 2007, though. I'm talking like... There's so many games. Obviously, like, there are some that are good. Like, in this case, it's good. It's fine. Like, FF9 is complete trash.
Yeah.
He literally
FF10?
quotes Star Wars. He quotes Yoda in FF9. He's like, hate leads to suffering. I'm like, oh my god. He quoted
What is...
Yoda. And he's like, I am the epitome of the underworld. And I'm like, really? That's literally the worst part of FF9, that you play through the whole game, and then all of a sudden there's a boss that is the epitome of heck. And all of a sudden, you're like, he's the fun. Anyway, that has nothing to do with this. Count Bleck is amazing. He's a great villain, and those end cutscenes made me cry. Amazing story at the end there. Super Paper Mario is just such a good game. I don't like it as much as Thousand Year Door,
Yeah,
but it's
like
such
the
a good
actual
game.
boss fight is kind of easy. You just jump.
The boss fight is so easy, but
music.
it's the story, the music, the build-up, the platforming. It's
Yeah.
the barrier and
It's all
stuff.
there.
His teleporting. super fun. If you don't purposely cheese it, it's also more fun. A lot of times, making it harder on yourself just makes the bosses more fun and super
Yeah,
fun.
now
Like,
you know what I'm saying, because you always get mad at me for trying to make... I'm like, I want to beat this boss. Like, why don't you just go grind? I'm like, because that would make it too easy.
No,
I'm
I
like,
know.
you're stupid. I'm like, come on, son.
Well, it depends on, like, how hard it is. But yes, like, if you've, like, died, like, 6 times to it...
It's not that many times. I remember I was playing Terraria once, dude.
Terraria is different.
I know,
That game
I died 52 times to the same boss. I could never kill it. I was playing on a crappy laptop at 10 frames per second.
That's true. Was it really 52?
Yeah, or maybe 49. It was a lot.
Oh my gosh.
And it was not. It was like what's supposed to be the easy one.
That sounds terrible. That's why I don't play Terraria. All right, but yeah, if you get a Bone and Cut, Fudley, and Bowser,
The actual bosses.
you can kill this guy in like 2 or 3 hits or something. It's kind of stupid how easy you can beat him up, but yeah, Count Bleck is just awesome when it comes to story, and it's a fun boss as long as you don't own him too badly. Alright. Dimentio, third fight. The final boss. Super Dimentio. S tier. Not top S tier, but awesome. Good fight.
Just like Count Bleck. Just like the final boss. This is the actual final boss.
The actual final boss. I'm kind of happy
He's
that...
actually kind of tough.
Yeah, he's definitely harder than actual Count Bleck. And I think that it's really nice that Count Bleck didn't end up being the worst of the worst villain. Because, you know, I actually kind of liked Count Bleck after I learned about his story and stuff. So I was kind of sad. I was like, oh no, he's going to die and all this stuff. But, you know, I'm glad he got his happy ending. And I'm glad Dimentio got beat up. So... yeah, fun boss, and you don't get Luigi, which is sad. Not that Luigi's actually good, but like...
yeah, like Luigi just possessed all of a sudden.
yeah, I like that Luigi is like a villain in this game. I love that Bowser's like a good guy and Luigi's like a villain. It's kind of epic.
Dude, have you seen the memes about like when Mario starts flapping his arms, he's scared. When Peach starts flapping her arms, she's laughing. When Bowser starts flapping her arms, his arms...
He's breathing fire.
or something. And like, when Luigi starts flapping his arms, and then it's just like...
he floats like his high jump?
No, when he starts flapping his arms, you know that all heck is about to go down, because that's what happens when you fight the final boss.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. I love that Luigi's the final boss. And... Luigi, let's be real, he's only really good for Wracktail and Bonechill to cheese them. It's not really any other case where Luigi's really good in a boss fight. But anyway, so it's fine that you don't have Luigi. It's good for the story and it doesn't really affect the gameplay of the boss. It's awesome. It's a final boss, yeah. Speaking of Wracktail.
Wracktail.
Where do we put Wracktail? Here?
Yeah.
Again!
It's Fracktail.
But harder.
But harder and kind of scary because like I was shaking.
Yeah, because if you lose, I mean, it's not really hard. Like, how are you supposed to die to Wracktail?
You die 2 hours. You have to
yeah, because... and yeah, it's a lot of build-up from the Pit of 100 Trials. It's nowhere near as good as Fracktail because it's, like, you already know Fracktail. Like, honestly, there's no way of predicting that the first chapter boss would be, like, one of the best bosses in the game. Yeah, well, or if you watch someone else play it. But Wracktail does not have the novelty of fighting for the first time, and if you cheese it with Luigi, again, it's so boring. But, again, it's also Fracktail, like, there's no... and the music. There's no going wrong with this guy. Alright, let's move on to Shadoo.
He's just not there.
Who, yeah, he's not there unless you move him.
You fight your party.
I always love games where you fight your party. Dupless in Thousand Year Door, the Dupla Ghost in the original Paper Mario,
Dupla Ghost,
and here it is
Shadoo.
Shadoo.
He's such a troll though, because he makes you go through the whole place twice.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. That's garbage. That's the worst part about him. And you get to fight all 4 of your party members, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
And they aren't that bad, but like Mario can use Cudge on you. It does like 50 damage.
Oh god.
And then Bowser is just like OP.
Oh, does Peach use her umbrella?
I think so. I didn't die though because I prepared a lot of
items. It's a fun fight. It's not as good as any like these story-based fights or these like really, really good bosses like this guy. But he's still one of the best bosses. I think we have him in 8th place. He's really cool. Yeah. Really fun. Alright, the last one here, except for the duplicate bosses, we have...
End boss.
End boss.
I mean... It's not bad.
It's not bad.
Kind of easy.
He's easy.
But it's
I mean,
like...
he's not, like, enough different from all the other samurai dudes that, like, he's standout. Like, the whole Samurai Kingdom tournament... I might like it better than the Pit of 100 Trials. It's really cool. And it's actually hard. That's probably the hardest part. Seth, I played this when I was like 9.
I know.
I couldn't even beat FF1 when it's... Actually, I'm not really kidding. Yeah, but honestly, he's awesome. But since if it was just him and there wasn't a whole thing
like
before,
he's cool. I mean, like he's not that hard.
If he wasn't just a duplicate, and if he was like
his dialogue is like funny.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
Yeah, and if he was the only one of his kind, he'd probably be higher. But since you've already fought a bunch of these guys,
and he just like comes in and he's all big, and you're like, oh gosh, no.
Yeah, and you know how I said a lot of people say King Croacus or Shadoo's the hardest. I think the hardest thing in this game is just beating the Samurai Kingdom thing.
Yeah. I mean, you do get a save every 25, but those guys are way harder than even the flops I Pit of 100.
Yeah, the flops I Pit of 100 Trials isn't too bad. And Shadoo's kind of hard, but I would say...
The Samurai thing is the hardest.
Yeah,
Like, if you couldn't save, I would...
You know I beat the flip side one. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I beat the flip side one.
I can do that myself.
It's pretty easy. But you get, like, emergency rations and a bunch of, like, OP items that you can use. You don't get that here. And you need those items, and you have to be very conservative about what, you know. Yeah, anyway. End boss is fun, but he's not as good as a lot of other ones. Alright, speed round. Let's move around O-Chunks first. Alright, let's talk about O-Chunk's second fight. Where's O-Chunk's second fight?
Trashed here. What is this?
Why do we fight O-Chunks twice within, like, 20 minutes of gameplay? Like an hour? Like, this is the one without the leaf, right?
Yeah, this is like 5-1 or
5 I think it's 5-2 or something. Yeah.
And you just beat him up the same as you did the first time.
Yeah, there's nothing different, and you're more OP
has,
this time.
Less HP.
You're more OP this time than you were last time, so it's not even that interesting. Alright, then O-Chunks 3, still worse than the first fight. At least it's more interesting. He has a leaf on his head and he's a little bit more powerful, but probably smoking weed, but like the leaf on his head. Anyway, not anything too interesting. Then O-Chunks 4 though really steps it up a bit, in my opinion.
Really a bit. It really steps it up a bit.
Oh, I get what you mean. I put
like,
it. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is good. I guess he's probably on par with the first one.
The battle isn't that good. I mean, it's pretty good because
actually I want to
it's
put
only Bowser.
It's Bowser versus O-Chunks. Oh, and you don't have your pixels, dude. Mario has your pixels.
Yeah, maybe.
So yeah, I think it's just Bowser versus him, straight on tank brawl. It's fun. It's cool, and like they both fall together and they help each other. It's the cutscene too that elevates it. It's pretty easy. It's nothing too crazy. I don't know. Is it better than Bonechill?
Nah.
No, I don't think it is. But it's still good. I'd say it's the best of the 4 O-Chunks fights. Yeah. Alright.
And then Mimi.
Mimi. Alright. Mimi 2, I would put right above Mimi 1. So where this is, but above 1. It's really cool in terms of the story, and the boss is fun. It's interesting to have a new take on Mimi, a Mimi fight. I would say the story's the best part when it comes to the fight.
I'm 99% of the fight actually died to this.
But right after this fight, like my favorite moment in the entire game, except for the ending, my favorite moment in the entire game comes right after this boss. And I guess that isn't really part of the boss fight, so, but it's a fun boss. It's a different take on Mimi, but not better than any of these bosses. But yeah. And then Mimi 3 is kind of mid.
It's just like the first one, but
I don't think you get your pixels on this one either.
maybe I don't remember.
I can't think. How do you beat Mimi without pixels though?
You jump on her head.
How do you get on her head though?
You jump.
She's tall.
She goes down. Or no,
I don't know.
only when you jump.
I don't really know. I can't remember. It's just Peach versus Mimi though, right? The battle of the girls. It's fun. Mimi fights are always fun. Like I still think they're more fun than like O-Chunks fights, Bonechill, but it's not better than a lot of these other fights. Yeah. So yeah. Alright, now that we're done with O-Chunks and Mimi, we're gonna go to Bowser actually. The worst boss fight in the whole game is Bowser's second fight. It's like
just like
30 seconds
on the
long.
Bottom of that stupid tower that I actually kind of like.
Yeah, over.
Just never needed to happen.
The under there stair 7-2. You just beat him up and then you get him back in your party. It's like just kind of funny.
It never did happen.
It didn't really need to happen. It's like 30 seconds long, but I think it's better that it was there than it wasn't there. But it's not like a good boss. All right.
And then Dimentio is the last one, right?
Is Dimentio the last one?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Alright. We already talked about Dimentio third fight, actually, and first fight. Because... Oh, and this is the perfect one to end with. The Super Dimentio. But what do we think?
Holy grail of all bosses.
Dimentio...
Just 2.
Dimentio 2. I was about to say 3. Dimentio 2 is the best boss in Super Paper Mario. And I'm glad we ended with it. So let's talk about it.
Second to last level. One of the best levels in the game.
Second best level in the game.
So, yeah, one of the best.
Yeah, I was just saying.
Yeah. And you go through the whole place. The best is obviously 2-3, right?
2-3 is one of the best. It really is.
And you go through the whole game while fighting this guy.
You go back.
Not really fighting.
It's basically just a awesome nostalgia thing with Fleep starring the boss.
Yes. Fleep.
Finally, Fleep actually Fleep in a boss fight. Like, heck yes.
Fleep is actually really good with him.
That's true. That's true. But yeah, you get to go back through all of your time. You get it. Don't you actually get to fight him afterwards too?
Yeah, and after you get that, you have an old-fashioned duel. It's just Luigi and Dimentio.
And I think it's nice that we get a boss of just
no
Luigi.
No pixels. It's just jump on his gosh dang head. I think he duplicates himself.
Yeah, I think it's really awesome that we get fights.
That part of the fight isn't amazing, but it's fun.
Yeah, you get to romp through all the So the nostalgia factor, and Luigi and Dimentio is probably the biggest rivalry of them all. I mean, Mimi versus Peach, it's the girls' fight. The buff fight for O-Chunks versus Bowser. But Luigi and Dimentio, Dimentio controls Luigi. And it's really cool. And it's mostly that nostalgia factor, going back through all the levels. Or all the chapters, I guess it's not all the levels, but that'd be long. But yeah, it's just really cool.
Yeah.
Yep. Alright, that's our tier list. Hopefully you can remember where they were before, but yeah. I don't know.
The music.
Oh, here. Let me just put them back to their best form. I think Bowser one was, their best. Yeah, that's their best. Alright. Oh, wow. A is just
pretty sure all the boss music is good.
Yeah, this is... Oh, now we have Mr. Allen last. That makes sense for what we have here. Other than, O-Chunks 2 and Bowser 2 are both in D, but Just remember they're both in D. Anyway, thank you guys all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and read the notification bell. And check out our other Paper Mario, Super Paper Mario, and RPG videos on the channel. I'm Brighton, and that was Seth.
It was.
It
And now
was.
I'm Timmy.
He is
You
Timmy.
can call me. Bottled water.
In the most British accent ever.
Not like that.
Thank you guys all for watching. And have a great day. Peace out, RPG nerds.
Bye.
Do 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 do.